You're a time hologram. Think of it that way. You know, we know from relativity that space and time are not separate. Well, that's obvious. Think of space merely as the way that time extends itself in consciousness so that it may see and understand itself. Because in the totality of no spatial time, it can't make any discriminations. When we look out into the stars, we think intuitively that we're looking into space, because space is mainly how we interact with our environment. Things are spatially away from us and we extend that infinitely. But we know that things that are spatially away from us are actually temporally away from us. So when we look far out into the stars, we think we're looking far out into space, but we know we're looking far out into time. And what do we see? Simple systems. Big, causal, simple systems, darkness. But as time gets closer and closer to the present, and the space around you becomes closer and closer to you, we see complexity emerge. This is why you're in the center of complexity, because you're at this moment in time, and there is no such thing as true simultaneity. Every event happens with its own unique, every causal event in consciousness happens with its own unique timestamp. You're a time hologram projected from the two-dimensional boundary space, which encodes all of reality, which is what science says with the holographic principle. It's the matrix. But this is why we confuse ourselves and we think the universe is large. The universe is not large per se, it's old. And the older it gets, the more boring it gets. And the more new it gets, and the more present it gets, the more exciting and interesting it gets. And this process has been accelerating. You're a time hologram. It's all happening right here. And the image that emerges of the spatial thing that we're on is a planet called Earth. But this is an emergent idea in consciousness. This is how Jung saw it as well. That the Earth was a symbol of the thing that we're on, spatially. But it's all temporal, really. Temporal, stretching itself out in consciousness so that it can make discriminations about itself. Because it's all just consciousness, really, in time. So, what does this mean for you and the way you live? Stop thinking about how small you are. You're not. You're humongous. You're one of the biggest stars in the universe. Because stars have much less causal efficacy in terms of singular causal efficacy than you. You are the most singularly causally efficacious thing in the universe. You are totally complex. Your brain is the most complex form of organized matter in the universe. Live it, love it. Let go of feeling small. Science has warped our minds. The traditional Catholic view, the hyperhumanist view that humans are the ground and phenomenon of being that we should be paying attention to, is correct. And Copernicus has thrown us off ever since. It's not that he's wrong, it's just not the right way to make sense of the situation. The universe is old. You are in the present, and you are complex, and you are what is valuable. Save your soul. Time hologram.